Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to what is it's either the ultimate or the penultimate Final Fantasy of the NBA 2015-2016 season. Because as soon as one of these teams goes home and goes packing, they're not going to be able to run two games at once because one will be sitting waiting for the finals, and once you get to the finals game, well, then that's really just about it, isn't it? It's a finals game, and there aren't three teams to bet on. So for FanDuel purposes, it'll be over. Now, I don't know if DraftKings will try to run a line on just one game. I'm not so sure whether they'll even they'll go with that or not. But so, guys, I'm thinking this is either the final forecast for the NBA season for 2015-2016, or the penultimate, which is the second to final. So let's get on with it. I really like today's lineups on FanDuel in particular. Generally, DraftKings has been doing really well for the last couple of days. I won't deny that. They've been better lineups, but I'm really liking the FanDuel one today. Let's get on to the projections. I have 3 projections for you guys, and because it's the last one, I also did projections for DraftKings too. Figured I'd talk about the games, give you guys a few extra minutes of time today, because we just don't have much left, right? Might as well just get on into it. Okay, so you're looking at RotoWire right now. RotoWire today is recommending for us that we take Westbrook and Curry in the point guard positions, that we take J.R. Smith and Dion Waiters at the shot guard, that we do Kevin Durant and Iggy at the small forward, that we take Kevin Love and Serge Ibaka at the power forward, and we do Bogut for the center. Now I'm going to work backwards up from here. Bogut for the center is just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at where FanDuel priced him, guys. It's like they'd said, oh, well, there's not going to be much more NBA, so fire the NBA salary guy, and let's just set it on autopilot. Well, autopilot didn't assume that Bogut would get like 40 minutes and like they'd have a total shift of coaching in Golden State and like Bogut was a key of them winning along with Curry and everything else to keep them alive. I know they were on home court, and I know I predicted a Golden State win to you guys, but because I believe in that home court advantage. But I did say it'd be closer, and it was. It was like a 10-point game in the end. It wasn't a blowout. So Bogut, though, let's look at what his stats were. And if you think on another elimination game coming up that they're not going to, facing the same situation, do the same exact kind of thing, you're crazy. 30 minutes versus 11 in the last one. 15 points, 14 boards, basically 2 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals all over, along with the 2 turnovers that hurt you a touch. But ended with over 40 fantasy points, guys. And he's at 3,500 today. You guys think that then run that line and then facing elimination that he's not going to be drug out there again unless he injures himself? Bogut is going to be highly owned. He is your chalk center today, guys. Take him and forget about him. Find your value elsewhere. And the beauty of it is that most people are going to be thinking about a lineup like this where they can get into a Love and a Ibaka. And it may pay off more, to be quite honest. I'm not so sure, but when you guys see my lineup, I think you'll see what I've done, and I'll explain why. As we move back on up here, let's go to what they project. For Russell Westbrook, they're projecting 40 minutes and 58 points. For Curry, they're projecting 38 minutes and 50 points. Now remember, this one is the over-under of 220 versus, the Toronto game, which is the over-under of 197. They only have 2 players from the Toronto-Cleveland game, and I believe that's smart. They are targeting the higher-scoring game. J.R. Smith is projected for 33 points and 33 minutes and 21 points. Dion Waiters is projecting for 30 minutes and 20 points. KD is projecting for 42 minutes and 54 points. Iggy's projecting for 31 minutes and 21 points. Kevin Love projecting for 32 minutes and 30 points. Ibaka projecting for 35 minutes and 31 points, which is a really nice value too. Ibaka would be pretty in your lineup today if you can get him. And then Bogut for their center, which is they're projecting an incredible value. They're only running up at a 23-point projection with 24 minutes, but they still have that paying off at 6.7 times value. So, and he could easily do 10 again if he's given the opportunity, guys. Bogut all day long. I like this lineup in a lot of ways because you want to differentiate. I mean, because you have an extra 1,700 here, which you can move around somewhere else. I don't know where exactly in particular, but I mean, a lot of people, instead of taking Bogut on this thing here, and this is the actual RotoWire lineup, they would have jumped all the way up to like Steven Adams, and just spent the money. Instead, they didn't. They left this at 58.3 with $1,700 salary on the table. Don't ask me why, and I believe you could use that salary effectively almost anywhere else. I'm not even worried you could find places. I mean, Robertson maybe not there, but possibly here. You know, I guess it's a little tough here. You might be able to get a Draymond Green in somehow, you know. If you cut down Love a little bit and got, you know, you could do something. He's not that much more. He's at $2,100. You found $400 more somewhere. You could get Green in, and that'd be a pretty play. I mean, they are going to try their hearts out against OKC, guys. But I'll be honest with you guys. I believe on Saturday night that the Saturday slate is actually going to be the last lineup we see. And I do believe we're going to get lucky here. I don't know why, but I think it's going to get pushed to Game 7. I think somehow Toronto will win this game, although it's going to be close again, and Cleveland is going to, you know, be fighting them tooth and nail. Cleveland could just win it out right here, guys. It's a 50-50 shot. This could be our last game. I will not deny it. If it is, I hope I've given you good lineups for today and on DraftKings coming up. So this was, like I said, the RotoWire projected lineup. And the RotoWire projected lineup, in the end, the total was 309 points. Okay, let's get to our next one. You can tell I'm stretching this out a little, guys. I want you to have a good show today. I hope you enjoy it. We have Irving and Westbrook in the point guard positions. Irving is projecting at 39 points. Westbrook is projecting at 55 points. We got J.R. Smith and Klay Thompson in the shot guard positions. This is Daily Fantasy Cafe, by the way, guys. J.R. Smith is projecting at 24 points. Klay Thompson is projecting at 37 points. We got Harrison Barnes and Kevin Durant in the small forward positions. Barnes is projecting at 21 points. KD is projecting at 48 points. We got Serge Ibaka and Kevin Love in the power forward. Ibaka is projecting at 26 points, and Love is projecting at 36 points. And we have Enes Kanter for the center, which in comparison to the Bogut pick, guys, I really don't like. I think center could be a make-or-break punt area today, guys. I really do. I mean, if he does do an amazing performance like he did last night, guys, anyone that doesn't have it is screwed. So which means you're going to be looking at that Bogut number carefully. If it came in around 20 or 30%, I'd be real happy if Bogut does a good game, because that means 70% of the people do not have him. If he comes in around 50-55% owned, I don't know if I'm worried so much. It just almost means I took the right chalk today. That's just my opinion. This whole lineup from Daily Fantasy Cafe leaves 200 on the table and is projected at 310 points. All right, now let's move on to the last one. There's only 3 left with projections, guys. I'm sorry, there's not much more I can do, but I do have it for both sites. Like I said, this is Daily Fantasy Nerd. Daily Fantasy Nerd has Lowry and Curry in the point guard positions. Lowry is projecting for them at 40 minutes and basically 40 points, 39.4. They have Curry projecting at 38 minutes and 53 points. Pretty high there. But it could have, he's Curry. Dion Waiters projecting at 29 points for 18 29 minutes for 18 points. Sorry about that. And J.R. Smith projecting at 33 minutes for 21 points. We got Barnes and Durant in the small forward. Barnes is projecting at 33 minutes for 22 points. Durant is projecting at 43 minutes for 55 points. We got Serge Ibaka and Draymond Green for power forward. Ibaka projecting at 34 minutes and 27 points. Green projecting at 40 minutes and 43 points. And at center, they've got the big Bismack Biyombo, BB, and he is projecting for 40 minutes and 32 fantasy points. Their whole lineup projects at 309. Best value I see on here, they've got 2 5.5s, Steph Curry on their 9,700 for 53 points, and on Bismack Biyombo, they'd be his other best one there. They're at 5,800 and 32 points. Okay, and that's Daily Fantasy Nerd for FanDuel. Let's get to my own optimal lineup for FanDuel. This is actually in a contest, paid. Westbrook and Curry for your point guards. I don't think I need to say more, guys, other than I do believe Oklahoma is going to win the series at home court, and it won't be forced to Game 7. That we're going to say goodbye to Golden State, which is amazing. A team that beat the Bulls' record of season single victories is not going to go to the NBA Finals. This is If they lose this game, these Warriors are not these Bulls. That's all I'm going to say. Because they just aren't. I guess Pippen, where's Pippen for Curry? I guess you could say Draymond Green in some ways. I don't know, but you know that'd be the Rodman, I guess. I'm not sure. It just we've seen how OKC can dismantle them when they get firing on all cylinders. And I've said on my last video, I kind of think that they would take a little bit of a rester, a secret rest that you guys wouldn't notice, and I believe that did happen. And so I think that they're going to go in very strong in this game, and they're basically going to close out Golden State. And that Curry is going to fight his ass off as he goes down too. No question, guys. He's the league MVP. So that's why I want both Curry and Westbrook. You could take Lowry. I really like Lowry today too. But on FanDuel, it's difficult with the pricing and the positioning. You can only get 2-point guards, period. There isn't a utility or anything like that at all. So Westbrook, Curry, and Lowry. I have to make the choices. And I have the money for it here. And I think that people will kind of stray a line from this and kind of balance their lineup a touch more. I think this is a perfect case of studding and not studding on what might be one of our last lineups. Studs and scrubs, that is. Although I would not call J.R. Smith, with the minutes that he gets, or Andre Robertson, the way he's been the last couple of days, scrubs. That's just my opinion there. Let's find out. Yeah, he had that 50-point amazing thing, but still at minimum prices basically put up 21 fantasy points, and he had 34 minutes. This guy is looking like a starter, and he's still below 4,000. Okay. J.R. Smith, same kind of deal. 29 minutes, 32 minutes, 37 minutes. Yes, he just has to hit his shots. I agree. And I do believe this Cleveland-Toronto game is going to be close, guys, because it could be the end of the series. Cleveland will fight tooth and nail to try to end this and just be done, even though, they're not what I was saying yesterday with, OKC wants to win in front of fans. Cleveland just wants to win, period. And they won't care if it's in Toronto's home court. They like to shove it to their fans. Different attitude. I'm sorry, guys, just is. Yeah, and you have to know the teams and the psychologies and everything else, too, to know this. They're going to try to beat them, and they're going to really put them to the wall. Lowry and DeRozan are going to have yet another game of their lives, and I don't know how many they have in them, guys. Lowry is more certain than DeRozan. DeRozan's thumb still looks like it bothers him some, and no one's saying anything about it, but I don't think it's still fully healed, and that's just my opinion. It's causing him to be a little off on his shots. So there you go. Past that, small forward, look out, guys. You got KD and you got LeBron James. You're damn right. I expect LeBron to put on a tour de force, trying to keep them in it at Toronto. Toronto tries to close them out tonight, and they can. I mean, they're looking at a closeout game too, guys. I mean, Cleveland's going to want to shut them down. Toronto's going to come at them as hard as they can, but LBJ will be the one shoving it down their throats when they get it done, if they do get it done. So I want him. I want Durant. I want the big four. I want all big four today. And how do you fit them? By this glorious mistake of FanDuel giving us Bogut at the center for damn near minimum pricing, and the beautiful shift change I was just explaining earlier. You take Bogut for your center, and look who you guys fit in. Instead of having to punt that position, you get Fry and Patterson, both guys with minutes and both guys that'll get some time, which is just fine to fit the rest of my lineup here. I'm trying to win you guys cash, and hell, that might win a GPP, you know what I mean? But this is a heavy cash winner for sure, guys. I'm almost certain of it, even with his stinker of only 1 fantasy point before. It was with 19 minutes, and it was through transition, and they did lose the game. I mean, that'll happen. I expect this to be tighter. I expect after a shitty kind of thing, you're going to see something more along these normal double-digit things we've seen before. So, get that. Grab Channing, which had a great game 2 or 3 games ago, and, milk it for what it is. 23, 22, 12. Let's hope for another 18 or so. He had a 35 against Atlanta, but come on, guys. Toronto is not Atlanta, so yeah, another 18 points and another 20 points just to hold it on through. Because there's no other way to minimize that positions down than get the big four in. And a lot of people will not do it, like I told you. So that's what I'm recommending you do. Because it's probably one of our last shots. And I want to give you guys both my best lineup for both tournament and GPP. And you'll see it's entered in tournament. As for results, Last couple of days have been fine for cash, but not so much for GPP. Let's go to live, and let's go to history. The live contest for yesterday is just doing miserable right now at the moment. But it doesn't really have much money. Zelly was what hurt there, you know what I mean? But I've got Draymond Green who did well. Barnes hurt as well, though. But a lot of it's still running. It's got Patrick Patterson, it's got LBJ, you got Lowry and DeRozan and Ross. And that's also why when I'm telling you guys, if you play my lineups each day, you've got some coverage with these guys too. So I'm not so worried. If the game happened to go the other way, you're going to win a GPP on this other end because it would be shocking and blow the rest of these guys out of the water. And you're like, whoa. Not so expecting that. It'll probably come up in cash, but as for history, these were the random ones that were. The one that I gave out was, I believe, the one that had 3 positions in here. This is the Wednesday-Thursday lineup, though. The Wednesday-Thursday lineup was only a 273. I don't believe this was enough. This definitely wasn't enough for a GPP. I think this might have won a cash here and there, you know, 50-50, but it wasn't wonderful, guys. It was probably, I'll say it's a loss, just off the bat. The Tuesday-Wednesday lineup should have done you just fine for cash, guys, without question. Then when that one closed out, you should be, you know, no question, you were fine at 293 there. And that was out of a 20-player league, so yeah, you're good. And that's about it. Yeah, you can go back further, and those were all winners, 298s, 304s, as you keep going. But regardless, let's get back to today's lineup real fast. My optimal recommended FanDuel lineup before we go to DraftKings is Westbrook and Curry at your point guard, Smith and Robertson at your shot guard, Durant and James at your small forward, Fry and Patterson at your power forward, and Bogut for your center. And if you guys tune out right here because you don't do DraftKings, please fast forward to the last minute or two, and thank you so much for watching. I've enjoyed the season so far. If this is the last time we talk until the next NBA season, but you will see other videos soon, and please stay subscribed. Okay, let's move on to DraftKings. Now in DraftKings today, let's give you guys the optimal lineups first. That makes it easy. Now our first one, we'll do Daily Fantasy. What do we have here? This is Daily Fantasy Cafe that we're looking at right in front of us. Okay, so Daily Fantasy Cafe has, I'm pulling it up right now, you gotta give me a moment, and don't go that fast. We got Lowry at the point guard position, projected at 42 points. DeRozan at the shot guard position, projected at 39 points. Barnes at the small forward, projected at 22 points. Kevin Love at the power forward, projected at 38 points. Zelly at the center, projected at 19 points. Thompson at the guard position, your extra, projecting at 38 points. Draymond, your extra forward, projecting at 44 points. And your extra utility guy is Enes Kanter, projecting at 24 points. Lineup total is projected at 265.5. And like I said, this is from Daily Fantasy Nerd today. Okay, so let's go on to the other two that I have for you. This one, I've gotten better at learning these. I truly have, guys. This is from RotoWire today. And it does take me a while to decrypt what they've done because they don't put it in a normal order like you'd expect normal people to. Westbrook at the point guard, and he's projecting at 40 minutes and 63 DraftKings points. Klay Thompson at the shot guard, he's projecting at 35 minutes and 35 DraftKings points. Kevin Durant at the small forward, and he's projecting at 42 minutes and 59 DraftKings points. Serge Ibaka at the power forward, and he is projecting 35 minutes and 33 points. Bogut at your center. Of course, guys, Bogut for sure. They're projecting him still at just 24 minutes, but they're projecting him for 25 FanDuel points. I expect that could be higher. Livingston is your guard. He's projected at 16 minutes and at 13 points. Carroll is your extra forward, and he's projected at 31 minutes for 22 points. And your utility extra guy is Dion Waiters, and he's being projected at 30 minutes for 22 points. For a total lineup score from RotoWire today of 271. And that is a projection, guys. Can you see at the bottom there? It doesn't look like you can. There's Dion Waiters there for the last one. You can see that. I do mention it to you guys, so at least if you hear me, you know. And then let's get on to the last one here. What we have upcoming, we have another free one, but this one should be 75 because these are the ones that I use for these. There we go. And this one is Daily Fantasy Nerd, guys. Daily Fantasy Nerd today projects for us Livingston at the point guard, 20 minutes, 16 points. Best value actually on the board for them. Dion Waiters at the shot guard, projecting 29 minutes at 19 points. Kevin Durant for your small forward, projecting 43 minutes for 60 points. He's actually pretty close there. Draymond Green at your power forward, projecting 40 minutes at 47 points. Enes Kanter at your center, projecting 18 minutes for 21 points. Steph Curry for your extra guard, 38 minutes projected, 58 DraftKings points projected. Your extra forward is Harrison Barnes, 33 minutes projected, 23 points. Your extra utility player is Bismarck Biyombo, yeah. And he's projected at 40 minutes in the game, and then he'll get 34 points, guys. Woohoo! Okay. They're projecting that total lineup score, by the way, the highest of all the projections at 277. Let's get to mine. And as you guys will see, I've got mine and some actual interesting ones today. I think they can hit the top. Now these are full though, so I'm not so worried about other guys getting into them and stuff, you know, regardless. I've got Westbrook at your point guard position, Andre Robertson at your shot guard position, Kevin Durant at your small forward position, Tristan Thompson at your power forward position. Oh yes, Cleveland will give them a run for their money. And you know, I kind of think whether they get put down at the bottom and Toronto does beat them and it goes to garbage time, or whether you have to fade one of them. Do you take Curry and go on the big game and just fade out, you know, the other stars? And that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to go high scoring with drafting the way I've done everything else and kind of be a little offbeat with it. Now, I'm not going to miss out on Bogut. That's still mispriced even here. So I got Bogut and Tristan Thompson, you know, power forward and center. Then I got Steph Curry because, yes, I do think as he goes down swinging, he goes down swinging hard. And we got Jefferson, who'll be that sneaky play if Cleveland can get ahead. And, you know, he should get a few minutes. If he can get a couple buckets, wow, that can really pay off. They really aren't good against the position. And you can see the opponent ranking at 28th there. If he gets a few minutes, he should do just fine. And you have Terrence Ross at your utility player, another kind of guy that might be forgotten a little bit, and I'm going for a couple pieces of low ownership. It's tough on 2-game slates, guys, but I don't know any other way to really pull yourself ahead on DraftKings. It just has to be done. And there you have it. That's my optimal DraftKings lineup for today. Thank everyone here. I thank you all so much for watching this season. I hopefully have one more lineup for you guys. Please continue to subscribe. I'll have, of course, the horse racing tips for the Belmont Stakes coming up. We've already heard that you know, our main man that lost the Triple Crown, the second part of the race, came in third there, Amari Nyquist. He's been pulled from the Belmont, so he won't be running it. And it's probably exaggerator's race to win at this point, but we can still be looking at second and third spots. And you know, baseball models are looking better. I'm getting close to being comfortable giving to you guys there, but they're not there yet. So I might have to just send you guys interim videos once in a while on just some random things here and there, just to let you know I'm still here. And if I do happen to have run a good baseball line or have some good advice, I will definitely give it in terms of forecasting. Probably going to be looking at some political forecasting too, guys, pretty soon here. We've got lots of betting markets overseas and everywhere else where lots of people do end up going. I know I have lots of, they're actually international fans now, and you can bet on the U.S. politics, and believe me, it's pretty clear what direction things are going over here. It's going to be a very interesting race on this end. If you guys think either Trump or Hillary or either one has it locked up, I mean, heck, you're not watching this race close enough. It's going to be a close one, guys. All right. You got your optimal DraftKings lineup. We're going to move back in and focus on FanDuel like I always have real fast. There's your optimal FanDuel lineup one more time for you. And that's it. Thank you for watching Fantasy Forecast for Friday, May 27th, 2016. And I really hope that this was our penultimate episode and not our ultimate episode for NBA. If it was our ultimate, though, I salute all of you, especially those of you that have contributed to my daughter. You still have a chance to get it on that before the May. Just a small contribution to her little fund. You'll find the Go link in the description. I have to send her on June 1st, so there's only 3 days left. You can really send money. But I'm sending all these guys my lineups by email and by Twitter early. Every last one of them. If you've given me money and you're not on that list or anything like that, you let me know in the comments, guys, and I will hook you up, because you're my priority. You guys are the ones that have continued to help make this possible for me, because otherwise I'd be out hustling part-time jobs to make sure she could go get this educational opportunity. I thank each and every one of you so much. I hope you've all had a wonderful, profitable week. Oh, by the way, yeah, with DraftKings, that's been winning too. Sorry, guys, didn't show you with the notifications lately on recents. Yeah, we won on NBA yesterday. That one was an easy win. The free contest got kind of close, 118th. I was second on PGA satellites. It was so sad. But just a couple points, guys. We won the day before as well. And we've been on an NBA streak over here on DraftKings. So hopefully it comes that way again. But like I said, I do feel stronger about the FanDuel lineup today, just because I was able to fit all 4 of the bigs in today. And I think all 4 have good games due to them, along with the Bogut play at the bottom. Okay, that's Fantasy Forecast for Friday, May 27th. Like I said, I hope it's not the last. I love all you guys. Please subscribe. You'll find GoFundMe links in the description down below of the video for my daughter if you do want to make that $5 or $10 contribution and get yourself on that list. I love each and every one of you guys. I really do. Thank you so much for making this channel a success and making me want to continue doing it and continue growing it. It wouldn't be possible without all of your support and love too. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Go on out there and go win some big money.